Marcelo was really good last night. Julius had a nice night. Everyone had moments. It was up and down all night. I think guys were tired and trying to do too much. And we put in a lot of new stuff in 2 days, and then we just kind of gave them the freedom to play. So it was expected it would be sloppy, and guys had nice moments, and there was a lot of moments that as a coaching staff weren't so nice.
How did Brandon Ingram play?
Brandon's good. Brandon's defense was phenomenal last night. He's starting to really understand, how to use his length in fighting over screens and contesting jump shots and making people miss. So that was the most impressive part to his game last night was his defense. What did we work on today? Started with defense, and then we, after watching the film last night of practice, we were making little notes on what really needs to be cleaned up. So offensively, we just did a ton of 5-on-0 stuff to get more reps. And we broke it down. We started with what we want to do first, and that's transition. So we did a transition drill, just 5-on-0 running to spots. Then we did a drag, a secondary offense of running to spots and getting everyone shots. And then we finished with some of the sets that we put in already.
How important an aspect is it, and how big a challenge is it to teach these guys to share the ball?
It's huge. That's how we expect to play this year. I think a lot of guys aren't used to playing that way, but we're gonna keep harping on them. And like I said, their effort and attention has been phenomenal since camp has started. So it's natural when guys get tired mentally or physically to kind of fall back to what they're used to, and a lot of that's pick and roll and standing around on the weak side. But we're gonna keep harping on them and challenging them every day, and I think they'll get better.
Do you think they were excited to finally be doing some offense after?
Oh, they had to be thrilled. But I think that's part of the reason it was sloppy, because there's 20 guys here. People are fighting for playing time. People are fighting for jobs, and we've done so much on defense and only a little bit of offensive time, and then we kind of gave them the freedom to just go out and run it out and compete and play. So they were, I'm assuming, thrilled to get some offense and shots in. But now that we did that, we can pull it back, show them clips today, and now we can start cleaning all that up.
What did you see from D'Angelo in the scrimmage?
From D'Angelo in the scrimmage?
Yeah.
I mean, he was good. He was, he's been a good leader. He's constantly, bringing it up in huddles and talking to guys, and even his teammates out there, like you could see them talking about when they make a mistake, what they need to do, which I love to see. But he was like everyone else last night. He had some really good moments, and he had some questionable moments. A lot of it's built in. We'll do some stuff that is like a free throw challenge, where if as a team they hit a certain number, practice will be over, and if they don't, they'll have sprints to run. But most all the running we do will be fast break drills and conditioning, while still doing stuff that relates to what we're trying to get done on the court.
When you're talking about questionable moments, what are you looking for him to sharpen up on? You mentioned with D'Angelo, is there some questionable moments?
Yeah, but for what do you mean?
What were those things?
It was the third practice, and we put in new defensive philosophies, new offensive system. So there's times where he's losing vision from the weak side, and there's a time he didn't crack back. There's a time he gambled on the passing lane, just normal stuff like that.
Sure. When you're talking about his leadership role, how much is that different compared to everyone else, just by virtue of his position as a point guard?
How much is his leadership different?
Yeah, just in terms of responsibilities compared to some of the other leaders that might be on the team.
I don't really know how to answer that. They're all different. I mean, I guess if we sat down, we could talk for a long time and come up with a list. But
Should we get you a chair?
I might need one. You know, he's embracing his role, but it's not. I don't really know how to answer that one.
What did you like from Marcelo? You mentioned him.
Marcel is he's like having a coach out there, where like we have so much new stuff going on, and he's constantly like helping the other guys where they should be, and you know, he just understands how to play basketball. So he was getting guys wide open shots the entire practice. You know, he was competing on defense, but mainly the way he was running his team's offense in the scrimmage was really impressive.
Type culture, are you starting to feel the sense that guys are out here fighting for spots?
Yeah, and it'll get. I expect it gets even more intense because out of most, I'd say 80% of our practices so far have had to be teaching and attention to detail. So we haven't really been able to do as much, competitive drilling as we'd like. We do have a winners board going on where we track everything that is competitive. We track every player that got a win in each drill. So it's up at the breakfast room. So every time they walk in the morning, they see what player has the most wins and then what player has the least amount of wins. So we're definitely focused on that.
Do you notice the guys going
Wrap it up
back
here,
and
guys.
forth to that board and looking at it?
I wasn't in there last night. They put it up after the practice last night. And Coach said once he finished marking it, like he turned around and a bunch of the guys were all like staring at him, waiting for him to get it out of the way. I hadn't made it up there yet, but he said they're all checking it out pretty hard.
Who are some of the guys that top it? Oh, secret.
Secrets. Secrets.
Thanks, guys.